All right, next witness for the state is coming. All right. And Mr. Blackwell, if you would.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Judea.
Good morning.
First of all, would you tell us how old you are?
9.
How old will you be by the end of next week?
10.
And then you got a 10th birthday coming up.
Yes.
What grade are you in?
3rd.
Do you have a cousin named Darnella?
Yes.
Do you remember going with her sometime last year in May?
Yeah.
You have to let me finish my question, but do you remember going with her to Cup Foods?
Yes.
And you like going to Cup Foods to buy snacks?
Yes.
Did you go with your cousin Darnella sometime in May of last year to get snacks?
Yeah.
Let me show you what's Exhibit 14. No? No, no. Just a second. Okay, I'm showing you what's been marked as our exhibit number 13 and asking, can you see the two people
Yes.
in the front of that picture? Can you?
Yeah.
Who are those people?
Me and my cousin.
And which one is you? All right. So the little one with the word love on her shirt.
Yes.
Now you that day you went into Cup Foods to get your snacks,
Yeah.
and when you came out of the Cup Foods, do you remember what you did next when you came out?
I saw the Officer put a knee on the neck on George Floyd.
Okay, now you mentioned someone named George Floyd.
Yes.
Did you know George Floyd before May 25th?
I can't hear it.
Could you say that again? You can't hear?
No.
Okay. Had you ever met George Floyd before
No.
going into Cup Foods that day?
No.
As far as you know, had you ever seen him?
No.
Now, when you came out to where your cousin was and you saw George Floyd, was there a policeman there?
Yes.
Do you remember what the policeman or policemen were doing?
Putting a knee on the neck with George Floyd.
If I showed you a picture of a policeman, why don't I just do that? Exhibit 17. Let me ask you if you recognize the policeman in what's marked as Exhibit 17. Do you recognize this man?
Yes.
Who is he?
I can't remember his name.
Okay. Do you remember what he was doing? How do you know him?
He was putting a knee on the neck with George Floyd.
Do you see him in the courtroom today?
No.
Okay. How about him?
Yes.
All right. So is that the person then you saw?
Yes.
So you saw a knee being put on the neck of George Floyd. When was the knee taken? Did you see that the knee was ever taken off of George Floyd's neck?
No.
Were you there when an ambulance came?
Yes.
Tell us what happened after you saw the ambulance come.
Yes. The ambulance had to push him off of him.
And how did that happen? Did they simply come in an ambulance and then go up to push him off, or what happened?
They asked him nicely to get off of him.
And when they asked him nicely to get off of him, what did he do?
He still stayed on him.
And then what happened after he still stayed on him? What did the ambulance people do?
They just had to put him off, get off of him.
Are you able to tell us, having been there on this day and seeing the officer on top of George Floyd, how did you feel about that? How did it affect you?
I was sad and kind of mad.
And tell us, why were you sad and mad?
Because it felt like he was stopping his breathing, and it is kind of like hurting him.
Thank you, Judea. I want to ask you any other questions.
Mr. Nelson.
I have no questions for this witness.
Thank you. Judea, you can go. You are excused, so you're done
Put your
testifying.
mask on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.